Now, I only talk about a few of them on the page here. First thing, though, you see here is there is nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you. Nothing. There's nothing wrong with you. Nothing wrong with you. There really is. This isn't some game. There really is nothing wrong with you. What we have to recognize is that each of us, being in the culture, being in the environments that we're in, we all develop as individuals, and we're all going to have parts of us that where we make mistakes, or we hurt someone else, we get hurt, we're insensitive to this, we go to turn the screw and we break the thing, and of course, often what do people say when they do that? What's the matter with me? Or what an idiot? Or what, there's these things that it's like in every language. There's this massive list of negative statements about ourselves that people are taught to say, and we learn them really well. And it's very hard to challenge ourselves. Now, there's a smaller group of people who learn. And this goes back to, there was a Thomas Harris, I'm okay, you're okay, from the 1970s. And there are some people who are in the position of I'm okay, you're not okay. So those folks never see it as their problem or their fault, or and it's whoever I'm with, it's your problem. But most people are at the other end, where down deep, we just have these words that are so condemning of ourselves. And the challenge, the first challenge, if you want to have love in your life, is to do everything you can to stop doing that to yourself. And to remind yourself, there is nothing wrong with me. There's nothing wrong with me. There is nothing wrong with me. Oh, I made a mistake here. Yeah, okay. So what? I'll deal with it. Oh, I offended you. I'm truly sorry. I certainly didn't want to offend you. And if there's anything I can do to make up for that, please tell me. This is about problem-centered work for yourself. This is about being in touch with the present. So it's not about you. It's not about, and so many of us, we get tapped into that toxic shame that John Bradshaw talked about in the 70s and 80s. The toxic shame that anything we do, it taps into this ickiness. Oh yeah, boy, I really am, and we may not even have words for it. We may just feel this. So there are people I know who have so much valuable stuff that they could do and say if they'd be willing to be in public to talk about it. But their shame is so strong that they cannot imagine themselves being in front of people, because all they can imagine is they would get devastated. Somehow, because someone could say something really innocent, like, gee, I liked your talk, but I would have talked more about this over here. They know how ignorant I am. They know that I really don't know. They know that I'm really bad. I'm bad at everything, and this too. So anything can, when people are feeling that, anything can trigger it. And so a big part of this process is to challenge yourself about your shame, because it's not really yours. Somebody gave it to you. Somebody passed it on to you. You've got nothing to be ashamed of. You may have things that you've done that you feel a little guilt about, okay, and it's your job to take care of yourself and take action about them. But that's nothing to be ashamed of, and it's nothing to be ashamed of if you're having a hard time taking action about the things that you're feeling guilty about. There's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong. You just have some issues that you need to work on. Like every single human on the planet. Nobody isn't this way. I mean, we all have issues. We all have things to work on. And so the starting point to have love in your life is to start treating yourself decently. Now, so you start treating yourself decently,